welcome to the Oprad Winnifred Show. Here's your host, Oprad Winnifred.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Oprad Winnifred Show. Tonight we have a very special episode made possible by our team of scientists who were able to construct a time machine using only popsicle sticks and duct tape. Using this time machine, we were able to go back in time and gather representatives from the post-revolutionary era. They will be here to talk about the changes in their regions from the years 1790 to 1850. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guest, Prospector Yosemite representing the West, Colonel Sanderson representing the South, and Thomas J. Cruz representing the North. Please give them a warm welcome.
Oh, where am I?
First up is Prospector Yosemite. He's 47 years old, 12 months, and crazy as a senile old man.
You got any gold?
No, please sit down.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Next up, we have Colonel Sanderson from the South.
Oprad, would you care for some chicken?
No, that's alright. Please go sit next to
Fair enough.
Prospector Yosemite.
Good boy. Give me some of your chicken.
I don't want you to take
Is there
it.
gold in there?
No, there's
Is there gold in there?
no gold in this box.
Let me see it. Give me some of that chicken. It's golden and crispy. It must be gold.
You're crazy, boy.
It even tastes like gold.
What are you doing eating gold?
Now, last but not least, we have Thomas J. Cruz. Yes, you may recognize the name. He is the great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather of Tom Cruise, actor.
How'd I get here? Where'd my room go?
Please, have a seat next to Colonel Sanderson and Prospector Yosemite. Now, after this commercial break, we will get to know the representatives and more about them.
Is there anything better than a fresh baked tortilla? The answer is no. No, there is not. We here at Flaming Tortilla Company want to bring you the freshest tortillas in Mexico. That is our promise to you.
Please explain how the economy and such changed over this period.
Well, I've been living out west since I was a little boy. And after Andrew Jackson relocated all the Indians out to the Oklahoma area, people started moving out west to restart their lives. And then, in 1849, some old hick found gold in a mill. Then all these people started moving out west to find gold. That was in 1849. So all the people that moved out west to find gold were called the 49ers.
I don't know what kind of crazy you are, but this does not taste like gold in the remotest sense.
You don't know what gold tastes like. You've never been out west.
I wouldn't put it in my mouth if I was.
Colonel, how has your economy changed over the past few decades?
Us Southerners are more of a independent people. We don't rely on the industry so much. We are more of an agricultural civilization, if you will. We rely on ourselves, and if I do say, we do a good job of it. I mean, we have our cotton, of course, and we've had that for a long time. The invention of the cotton gin, of course, has been monumental for our production. And we still have our tobacco, of course, but, I mean, we're the majority supply of cotton to the Britain right now. And then there are some a little bit more radical people up in the north who have tried to start growing wheat. And I gotta give them some credit. It's become pretty popular, and it's almost twice as valuable as tobacco right now.
Now, Thomas, how about the North? How has the North changed?
We see, Oprad, us up there in the north, we used to be about shipbuilding and fishing, but now it's all about industry. Industry, industry, industry. We have tons of factories all over the place. And those subsistence farmers that used to be there, now they sell cash crops just so they can sell it in the markets. And the small businesses that used to be there have now become bigger businesses due to the deal of mass production. We are really, really big in textiles up there in the north. Really big.
Now, Prospector Yosemite, what are your views on slavery? Do you agree with the practice?
Well, me personally, I'm kind of neutral. Doesn't really matter to me. But there are some states out in the West that do utilize slaves, and there are some states that don't. So, it's really up to the state.
Colonel Sanderson, I understand in the South you do use slaves quite often.
Oprad, we use slaves in the South. It's the staple of our economy. They're the factories in our industry. One man's drill press is our slave. I mean, us Southerners, I hate to say it, we don't do that much work. We just delegate the tasks out. But it just, I don't know, it seems like we've become hardened to the fact that we're using these people and they get no real benefit. It's hard to explain. It's like I've become numb to the fact. But all I can say is that right now they're crucial to our economy, and we couldn't live without them. And even though it seems like we don't depend on them and we don't enjoy them, I guess the fact is that we do.
What about you, Thomas? What are your feelings on slavery?
Well, us up in the north, we don't really like the concept of slavery. You know, there were some of us that had them a long time ago, but most of us never really liked them. And plus, we have so many people nowadays trying to get jobs in all these factories that we just don't have a need for them. Those subsistence farmers that are making cash crops now, their crops are so small that they don't need any slaves to help them work it. So we are pretty much against slavery.
Prospector Yosemite, what are some of the current events, what are some of the significant events that have shaped the state of the West right now?
Well, I would... Oh, hang on. That's right. I would have to say one of the most significant events towards the West was the Mexican War, which was obviously with the Mexicans and their tortillas. And it allowed us to expand...
no good chicken, I'm telling you.
Well, of course they don't. They're Mexican.
Mexicano pollo no es bueno.
Well, they have their tortillas. That's the staple of their meals.
Go on.
So, anyway, they have their tortillas, and I already mentioned that, but the Mexican War allowed us to expand further out west by pushing the Mexicans back down from Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and California back towards the southern part of Mexico. Well, I remember it like it was yesterday. Me and my partner at the Alamo.
And I believe we actually have some footage of that. Roll the clip, please.